As he bent to lift the next stone, he caught movement in the trees. A woman bolted out of the forest and ran straight for him, as if he'd wished for a lass and the fairies had delivered her right out of the glen. "Help me, please," she rasped, her breathing laboured from running. He could barely hear her over the sound of loud barking. 3 hounds sprinted from the woods with 2 horsemen directly behind. Taking in the woman's tattered gown and shoeless feet, he would expect her to be a wench from a nearby village, but her speech sounded rich and cultured. English. When she reached Cam, she didn't stop. She grabbed hold of him and shimmied up his body as if he were a tree. Her bosom heaved right in his face. A better man might not have noticed, but Cam was not a better man. "Help," she repeated. "Sister, Kenna!" She managed to get out between gasps of air. Cam hadn't gotten a good look at her, but she surely didn't look like Lady Kenna. Kenna's hair was fiery red and curly, where this lass was golden-haired, under the dirt. "Hey there!" one of the men on horseback called as they drew up in front of Cam, where he held the trembling girl. The hounds continued to bay as they circled him. "Turn the girl over to us, and we'll leave you to your work." The man was also English. Some kind of guard, Cam guessed by his dress. "I'll do no such thing," Cam said stiffly. He didn't like being ordered about by a scrawny Englishman on his own clan's lands. "She is a criminal, a fugitive from the Crown's justice, and I have orders to bring her back to England, where she will be hanged for the murder of her husband, the Duke of Endsmere." If this was indeed Kenna's sister, and he believed the lass, Kenna would not appreciate him handing her over to certain death. "Call off the dogs," he said, when the woman had made it to his shoulders in her effort to get away from the snapping jaws. A Scot, wearing MacDonald colours, moved his horse closer and called the hounds back. "I am afraid ye have the wrong woman," Cam said with a look of disgust. "This canna be the wife of the late Duke of Endsmere, because she's my own wife, Mary." He wrapped an arm around the woman and set her on the ground next to him. She gripped his hand and hid behind him. "Isn't that right, love?" He squeezed her hand, silently telling her to comply. The woman nodded emphatically. "Aye, this be my husband," she said in a Scottish brogue that would do her clan proud. The English twit snorted and shook his head. "Trust me, friend, you do not wish to be caught up with the likes of her,"